Okay, I feel like, you know, the way you're born, the way you look, does not identify you as far as who you are as a person. Does not identify you as your philosophies. Does not identify you as how you believe, what you like, what you dislike. The assumption of the color of your skin, no matter what color your skin is, should not dictate who you are, right? Hey guys, welcome to the Johnny Allen Podcast / Videocast Show. I am your host, and let's get this show started.
You have now entered a new dimension through the expansion of the internet world. I am Johnny Allen, and this is the Johnny Allen Podcast Show.
Okay, and the show does officially start now. Like I said, I'm your host, Johnny Allen. We'll get this thing going. It is May the 20th. May the 20th of 2021. Almost at 2020. 2021. Hey, welcome to my little podcast I have about every Thursday. Haven't done it regularly every Thursday because we're in the transition mode still. Getting closer, though, as you can tell. Looks like video is working out a little bit better. Audio is definitely a lot better, thanks to my buddy out there in Vegas. Thank you, Tony, for the Focusrite audio interface. I love Focusrite. I don't endorse anything I talk about on this show, but I love the Focusrite Scarlett 2, and that's what I'm using as the audio interface. So thank you, Tony. If you guys saw, which I'm sure you did if you're still with me, I opened up the dialogue with... and by no means am I a political show. You guys know that if you follow me for a while. I just talk about everyday life situations, things I observe, right? And lately in the news, it's all about, it's all about the color of your skin. It's all about the color of your skin. It's all about who you are. It's all about your DNA makeup, how God created you if you believe in God. It's about what you look like. What you look like automatically determines who you are. And I'm sorry, but I'm not buying it. And I'll tell you why. You see this nice hat that I'm working with today, that I'm wearing? R&L Carriers. They're a trucking company. And again, I don't dislike or, I don't have anything corporate connection to these folks. But I'll explain why I'm wearing this nice hat that a good acquaintance of mine gave to me. Now, my day job, I work in receiving. I do receiving stuff, and I meet a lot of truckers. And kudos to them. All kinds of backgrounds. Females, males, African American, Asian American, Hispanic American, Arab American. Okay, you get the story. White guys from the South, white guys from the North. I mean, just every kind of person. And kudos to all the truck drivers. They're hard workers. Anyway, back to the story of the R&L Carriers here. And where I'm getting at as far as like the color of your skin, people, does not constitute or put you in a category or describe who you are as a person. The stereotyping, and I hate to use language, but the stereotyping shit has got to go. I'm so tired of hearing it. Okay, if you were to look at me right away, you would think, okay, gosh, he is an older, white, straight, male, Christian values. Although I don't really follow particularly religion, but it's a whole different podcast. But anyway, you get it. If you look at me in the way they describe me today, I am the evil. I'm the root of all evil today. Me, little Johnny Allen. I'm like this god awful creature, okay? Because I'm male and I'm straight and I'm white and I'm older. I'm just like the worst person you can ever meet. False. I'm sorry. False. I'm not. I'm really not. And the people that know me know that. But if you were to look at me straight on the way they're describing people, that's what I would be. And I hate it. Just like my friends that are African American. And I'm going to tell you about this hat right here. This hat was given to me by an African American male young guy named Devon that I got to know for a couple years because obviously he would drop off every once in a while, maybe once every 2 weeks. He would drop off products for us. Great, nice guy. And to me, the color of his skin didn't matter. I didn't know what his faith background was. If he, you know, we didn't talk about this stuff. I just got to like him as a person. He got to like me as a person. Devon gave me this hat about a year ago, and God rest his soul. Family man, just a great guy. He gave me this hat about a year ago. About 6 months after he gave me this hat, he found out he had pancreatic cancer, and he's no longer with us. He's met the maker. You know, I got several points to make tonight on my little podcast I talk about. First of all, we should not judge people, guys. This whole stereotyping and, you know, white people are awful and the white privilege thing, and I have people talk to me about the white privilege thing. I'm not going to get into that. What some people think it is, what some people think it's not, whatever. I'm just all about not putting people in boxes. I don't like putting people in boxes, no matter what they look like, what they believe or whatever. Don't put them in a box. We're all human beings. We were all created by the Creator. And if you don't believe that, that's fine. But we're all human beings. We all share, I say this all the time, we share the same planet. And really, at the end of the day, Devon and I, and lots of guys I know that are friends of mine that are African American and Arab American. And some of them are not even American. They're just here on a visa. They're working. My Hispanic friends. My Caucasian friends. We all think the same thing, and this is what we're thinking in generalizations. All we want is to make a decent living, have a nice, peaceful environment, home to live in, raise our kids the best that we can, or in my case, grandkids, give them a good, decent life, have good meals, have good get-togethers with family and friends, peaceful, and just enjoy the food, and just enjoy life. Most average people, period, that's all they want. That's it. That's all they want. We don't want all this garbage going on. Right now, you know, Israel and Hamas, and I'm not going to get into this too much either, but they've been fighting for a long time. They're fighting now. I don't want to get into the politics of it, but the only thing I got to say about it is this, and I've said this so many times before. Why can't everybody just get along? We can come to have disagreements, but we can do it peacefully, right? Why does one side got to show, well, you know, we don't like these people because of what they look like, what they study, what they believe, and all that. So we're just going to cause trouble with them. We're maybe a little jealous of them or maybe not jealous of them. Whatever the case may be. I don't know what the case is. I don't know. With Israel and Hamas, it's religion, I guess. I don't know. I'm not getting into that part of it. The bottom line is, end of the day, is why can't we all act maturely and just live in peace and harmony in the planet? That's all I got to say. I say it all the time, but, you know, God rest Devon's soul. My friend that I knew, you know, he didn't ask to get this cancer. Anybody can get a disease, die. He was gracious enough to give me this, and I considered him a friend. I got lots of friends. I don't judge by the color of skin. I give everybody a fair shot. So why is it, my question, to comment below if you guys want, my question is, why does the media and brainwash young people and feed this stuff? I mean, if you talk to young people today, then, and God love them, they're not really researching the history. I talk about this all the time. Oh, well, you know, this certain group is bad because, well, why? Well, because somebody told me, you know, because the news It's like they want to jump on all these activist stuff. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're knowing what you're doing. And the thing is, we shouldn't have activists anyway because everybody should be getting along. That's all I'm trying to say, that everybody should be getting along. Anyway, I got that all out of the way. And like I said, God rest Yvonne's soul. Thank you up in heaven. Thank you for giving me this hat. And, he just came in one day and just threw the hats down and said, hey, hey, here you go. Here's your hat, man. I just want to give you a hat. And he goes, you're a cool dude. We used to fist bump and stuff, man. And like I said, and I think I said this on the last podcast, there were some younger people and some of them African-American people. And then when they first met me on the job, they looked at me like, oh, I don't know about him. He's white and he's older and, he might be a Trump supporter and he may be one of those guys. And once they got to know me, they realized that I'm just a normal human being like they are. I respect them, and now they respect me. They look at me differently now. They look at me as not like this older white guy. They look at me as a person and a decent person. I like that. I love that. That's the way everybody should be. If you got any comments, just please below, just chime in. If you think I'm wrong, then you're out there somewhere. I don't know. I think a lot of kids, young people, kids, it doesn't matter what race or nationality they are, there's problems in every aspect of young people, older people, whatever. You see it all the time on the news. If you don't believe me, just look at the news. Somebody's killing a kid. Somebody's doing this. Somebody's doing that. The people that are doing this are troubled, right? Obviously, they're troubled. But they need educated. They need educated at a young age. Parents need to take responsibility on how to raise their children correctly. That's the whole problem that we got right now around the world. Then we got these power-hungry leaders, I say this all the time, but it's true, that are pumping these agendas. Now, the last thing I got to say about this whole thing is a nation divided within will fall. And you look at ancient Rome, I said this before, will fall. And there's powers to be out there. I don't know who they are, but there's certain powers to be that want us to have this inner turmoil with each other to make the nation fall so that other outside forces can take it over. And if you don't believe it, it's true, man. And we got to be careful because we're the only really generally free country in the world, and we're not totally free anymore. Our freedoms are getting taken away. I know I'm going a little political, and that's about as far as I'm going to go with it. But we just got to be really careful about what we believe, period. What we believe on the internet, what we believe on YouTube, wherever we're getting our information. Be careful about what you believe, guys. Think about what you're doing before you do it. I say that all the time. Please do that. All right, so I'm done with that rant. I hope you guys are doing great. It's not really a rant. It's how I believe. It's true. Like I said, if you got anything to comment on, comment in, chime in, whatever you want to do. I'm cool with it. Anyway, I'm going to switch gears. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a coffee drinker on the show, and thanks again for stopping by. I only chat for 30 minutes. It's actually the Johnny Allen 30-minute podcast. That's the new one. I keep saying the Johnny Allen podcast show. If you want to call it that, that's fine. It's Johnny Allen 30-minute podcast. And I drink podcast. Yeah, okay, right, John, right. I drink coffee on the podcast. All right. I showed this a couple weeks ago. This is the Firestone coffee mug. I do collect these mugs, and I live close to Indianapolis, Indiana. I don't live right in Indianapolis, but I live fairly close. We always have this big race called the Indy 500. I think you may have heard of it. If you haven't, look it up. It's been going on for over 100-some years now. I think 100 years. Anyway, it's been going on a long time. All right, so Firestone is the sponsor of the tires that the race cars run on, and this is my mug. And I'm drinking some coffee. You guys have coffee or whatever you're drinking. Hey, toast to, let's just do a toast right here, guys. A toast to freedom, a toast to anti-stereotyping, a toast to let's all get along, a toast to let's cut out the violence, a toast to let's be a nice, healthy society. And I tell you what, I work with a lot of great people from all backgrounds, and it's amazing. Because I'll tell you the truth, I'm not bragging on myself, but I treat everybody with respect and dignity, man. I give everybody a free shot. I give them I look at them. It's like, I don't judge by the way they look. They may not look the way I'm thinking, oh man, they look kind of crazy or whatever, but I think that's them. I talk to them like a human being and treat them respectfully. And most of the time that reciprocates really well back. So drink to that, guys. Thanks for stopping by again. And today the coffee I'm drinking is fantastic. And I got to plug this product, guys. And I will have the link below on the YouTube side, probably on the Facebook side as well. Anyways, formerly Diesel Coffee Company. Tim changed the name. Now it's, there you go. Now it's CW Gourmet Coffee. And it's called Building a Legacy. And you can get it at, I don't know if the camera, you can read that real well. There we go. CWEcoffees.com. This is a morning blend, and it's awesome. And thank you, Tim. If he's watching, he sent me 2 bags because I talked to him and got updated on his coffee. It's the same coffee as Diesel. I just think that he's even doing better now because he's got these organic blends. So if you like coffee, seriously, go to that website right there, and I'll share the link. And what I like about, there's a lot of good coffees and a lot of upstart coffee companies, and his is one. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I've tried a lot of them. I love Black Rifle Coffee. They're a little bit bigger. I support them. I support a lot of coffee companies because I like coffee. But I tell you what, Tim's coffee is probably one of the best I've ever had. I mean, seriously, it's really good coffee. So go there and try that out. All right. Now I'm actually getting to my talking points, and I'm halfway done. Halfway done with this, okay? All right. This is May. June is right around the corner, and I'm thinking by July I should have everything to have my guest on, and I'll have some really good guests coming in. So we'll check that out soon. You guys will love the guests. They're great. Tim's actually going to be one of my guests. He'll talk about the coffee. But to my talking points, okay? Memorial Day weekend is next weekend. So we have to remember the people that have fallen and have sacrificed and, gave their lives to this country. And no matter how you feel about this country, it's still one of the best countries in the world to live in. And if you don't believe it, go to Argentina right now, or even Brazil, or North Korea, or Singapore. I mean, there's lots of good countries out there still, but there's some really bad ones, okay? We're not too bad. I mean, if you look at us, we're not too bad. We're really not. I'm doing this because I seem to have a focusing issue. I've been adjusting the camera. So if it's a little fuzzy, I apologize, guys, on the video. But anyway, you just want to hear my voice anyway. But anyway, the point I'm getting at is there's a lot of countries that are in a lot sad shape, unfortunately, than we are. So we're blessed to be here. So Memorial Day, don't forget the veterans. I know we're going to go out. We're going to cook out. The weather's nice. We're going to do all the stuff. That's all good, especially with COVID starting to kind of collapse here in the States, especially in my state of Indiana. It's starting to, thankfully, calm down now. They even lifted a lot of the mask mandates. Just celebrated an anniversary last Tuesday, 2 days ago, the day before yesterday, with my wife, and we went into a restaurant. No mask required. So that's good. Hopefully it's getting better. But since the pandemic's over, or no, that's not over, but getting better. People are going to start getting together and having events and everything. That's all good. I'm loving that. So the point I was trying to make with all this, guys, I kind of got sidetracked a little bit. I apologize. Memorial Day weekend, let's have fun, but don't forget the meaning of it. For you people that need history, look into the history. If you see a veteran, shake their hand, all that good stuff. Tell them congratulations. Or not congratulations, tell them thank you. Or you can tell them congratulations if they made it through a war. You can say congratulations, you made it through those battles, Anyway, talking points. Talked about Tim's coffee, talked about the race. I'm going to watch the race. They're actually going to have 40% in the stands, so that's great. Okay, switching gears here. I just want to talk about, and like I do like every week almost, this whole thing, like I'm talking about the stereotyping and, judging people because of, what they look like and all this kind of thing. We don't really need to be doing that, right? So that takes me to this next point is people assume things. People automatically assume, not everybody, and we know what assume means, right? Don't assume stuff. They assume, oh, well, so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that, blah, 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 blah. And assuming is just bad, guys. I mean, it sounds pretty obvious, but it is. Don't assume stuff. somebody may be working really hard and you don't even see it. And you're just assuming because you only see them doing one thing, in your mind, they're doing something else, and then you get on them about it. That's just craziness to me. Just craziness. So don't assume things. Don't make up stories about people. It's all bad. Really, it's general, but it's all bad. It's all bad stuff. And in the old saying is, do as I say, not as I do. I don't get that one. You guys with me on that? Well, do as I say, not as I do. What is that all about, really? What is that all about? Do as I say, but not as I do. I've heard people say that. My bosses have said that in the past. I don't get it. To me, it makes no sense. You should lead by example. Just like with my relationships with coworkers and people that don't look like me, we get along real well because I lead by example. I had even one African-American gentleman, probably my age, maybe a little bit younger. And for some reason, I tried to lighten up with him, and he just was kind of getting a little bit weird as far as like being pushy and being kind of saying some derogatory stuff and being kind of almost bullyish a little bit. So I took a step back and thought, okay, analyze it. I thought, well, I wonder what's really going on with this guy. So he was going on one day about, really kind of punking on me a little bit. So I just simply did this. I put my hand on his shoulder and I said, brother, you having a good day today? I hope so. I hope you're having a good day. I said, you're all right. You're an all right guy. I know you tease with me and stuff, but man, I really like you. You're a decent dude. And ever since I said that, man, something changed. A 360 turnaround in this guy's head. Now he may tease me a little bit once in a while, kind of punk a little bit, but man, has he done a 360? He's gracious. I offered him some boxes. The guy was moving, and I gave him some boxes, and I got his first name. We know each other by first names now, and I say, hey, how you doing? He says, how you doing? So that's an example of how you can kind of take a situation that might be a little bit iffy and change it around if you really try. And you give people the benefit of the doubt, and you reach out to them. Now, some people are just impossible. That's just going to happen. You're not going to, change people's thoughts completely all the time by just being nice and reaching out to them and all that stuff and being generous and respectful, all those things I just listed. But if you try, I think most times, at least 75% of the time, I've found personally, 80% of the time, it works. But that do as I say and not as I do, I don't like that. I don't like that saying. If you have any comment about that, please chime in. I don't like that. I don't like that quote. Well, do as I say, not as I do. I just really don't like that. Can you tell? And then people telling you what you want and what you like. This one is really funny. And this happened to me this week. And I'll tell you what, I'll give kudos to the guy that said this, told me what I like and what I'm doing and all this. The next day, he actually did apologize to me, so that's cool. He apologized for what he said. He said, man, I said something I shouldn't have. I accused you of liking a certain thing, and I know you don't. So I'm apologizing. But, don't do that in the first place. People know what they like and what they don't like. And you'll either know that by them saying it or them acting on something. And even if they don't say it, that's fine. If people are private, that's cool. Nothing wrong with having a little privacy. But don't tell somebody, well, I know that you like, I like me. Okay, I'll give you an example real quick, guys. This is funny. Okay, I hate, and I apologize for people that like it, but I don't like, I'm not real picky with foods, but there's a lot of foods I don't like, and I don't like liver and onions. I don't like Spam, and I don't like butterbean lima beans. Okay, those three things right there. And I don't like it when someone says, oh, just try it, you'll like it, just try it, you like it. And if you try it, you say, I still don't like it. And you try it again, I still don't like it. You try it again, and I still don't like it. And you tell them, I don't like that. I don't like Spam. I don't like liver and onions, and I don't like buttered lima beans. Now, if you guys like those things, that's cool. That's all right. I'm not dogging them. Just personally, I don't care for them, right? So I know the point I'm just trying to make is I know what I like and what I don't like. And when people keep insisting on, oh, you like this. I know you do. I know you like this. Yeah, I don't like black licorice. And it's not a black thing, okay? Just get that out there. I don't even really care for red licorice that much. I'm not a licorice kind of guy. I can kind of eat red a little bit, but black, I don't know something about it. I don't like licorice, really. But people that will say, these people that will insist, I know you like it. I know you like that. I know you do this. And people that say, I know you do this, and I know you do that. I know that you did that. I know you did this over the weekend. It's like, give me a break. No, I didn't. What did you do? And you even tell them, say, well, John, what'd you do? Yeah, I bet you did this. I bet you did that. I said, no, actually, I sat at home and I barbecued with the wife, and we ate out outside because the weather's nice, and I went for a bike ride on my bicycle. I kind of cleaned up my garage. I'll tell them my whole routine, but they insist on, no, you didn't do that. You did this. That is just aggravating as hell. I'm sorry. It's just aggravating. I mean, come on. What's the point you're trying to make? That's like me telling an IndyCar driver, you're not really an IndyCar driver. You don't really drive an IndyCar. You're just pretending to drive one. You see how ridiculous that sounds, right, guys? It's just funny. It's just observations. That's what my whole podcast is about. Everyday life situations, just observing things, and I share it with you guys and get some. Hopefully, you come back and say, "Hey, yeah, I agree with you, John. You're spot on. People do that to me." It's just kind of craziness. And like I said, that's my talking voice. And live your life for you. And I don't say that in a bad way, but that you got to live your life for you. And I'll explain that just a little bit before I hang it up for the day. It's actually 25 minutes. For years and years and years, I'll share this, and this has been people that I loved and trusted, and I still do, but I've always been led astray because, I'll listen to whatever somebody else tells me to do. Like I'll say, for instance, I'll say, hey, I want to fix up my car and I want to paint it this color. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you shouldn't do that. And then I'd listen and I go, okay. Or if I'm in a band situation, I said, you know what? I really played loose on this record. And they say, no, you didn't. You didn't play loose at all. And I'm like, well, yeah, I did. I know I did. I love these people I'm using examples of. Of course, I don't drop names. If they're watching, they probably know who it is. But I don't, really, I don't, I just don't like people telling me really what to do all the time, how I should do it, and what I am, who I am, what I am. I mean, that's the whole point of this whole podcast today. We're going to look at you and we're going to tell you who you are, what you are, how you should be treated, what you need to do. I mean, you guys get the whole point of this podcast today. It's like live and let live, man. That's it. Live and let live. I should name this podcast episode Live and Let Live. I think I will, actually. That's it in a nutshell, man. Quit telling people who they are when you really don't know who they are. Quit telling people how they should be when maybe they don't want to be that. Quit telling people what they like and what they should eat when maybe they don't like that. I've tried, I love my dad to pieces, but he insisted I keep trying Spam. And we went on a camping trip several years ago, and I said, Dad, I didn't like Spam as a kid. Oh, yeah, you'll like it. You'll like it. Just check this out. You'll like this, blah, blah, blah. I said, I tell you what, I'll try it again for the 20th time, but I probably still won't like it. Sure enough, I tried, and I said, Dad, I still don't like it. So why force issues? Like when you're full, someone says, oh, keep eating, man. I know you want another bite of this. I know you guys get what I'm saying. It's okay to give advice and say, you know what, I feel like, maybe we played a little tight on this record. I feel like you played tight on this record. If I say no, I played loose on this record. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, if you feel you played loose, that's okay. It's cool. That's what I do. I never say, oh, no, you didn't. With anything, right? With anything. Just live and let live, people. Quit stereotyping. Quit telling me because I'm an older white guy that's straight and I follow Jesus Christ that I am the worst person in the entire planet. Because you know what? I'm not. And there's lots of John Allens out there. Okay? And just because you hear about maybe some African-American guy robbing something or stealing something doesn't mean they're all like that. Every single man that's African-American is not like that. I know. Devon, God rest your soul, he was not one. I know so many. We got to quit. We got to quit this. That's all I got. I got to go to close on that, guys. Hey, I hope you have a great weekend coming up. Thanks for following me for 30 minutes. Got any comments below? Please do so. All right. And there you go. There's the new coffee company right there, guys. Take note. It really is good, man. I'm telling you. I'm not just saying that because I know Tim. It's great stuff. Anyway, thanks for, like I said, checking out the podcast today, the Johnny Allen 30-minute podcast. You guys stay safe. Don't be judgmental. Live and let live. Don't judge somebody because of what they look like. Don't tell them what they like, what they dislike. Okay, come on. You know, someone's going to tell you, when you get to know the person behind the skin, you'll figure out who they are, and you'll figure out who they like and who they dislike, right? They'll tell the story. They'll tell the tale. Don't think you know the end of the story before you start reading the book. You got to read through the whole book before you get the story, the final story, right? I'm out of here, guys. You guys take care. God bless, and we'll see you next week.